This time around, we're going to be resealing the oil pan on the green car, because, as you can see, she's leaking. This is one of those quirky things with the Mazda2 that either happens or doesn't. The oil pans on these cars don't have a gasket, they're just sealed with a bead of silicone, so who knows, the car can go forever with no leaks, or it might develop one early. You just can never tell. This particular car has over 170,000 miles on the clock, and it's in need of an oil change, so this is the perfect time to do it. This video was made possible in part by your generous contributions on Patreon. Thank you. It's a wonder there's any oil to change, because this one's leaking pretty badly right now. I think it goes without saying that you're gonna have to drain all of the oil out to be able to reseal the pan, which is why an oil change is the perfect time. I've got my trusty Castrol here, and I covered this in a previous video. You can check it out right up here, and don't worry, you're gonna see a Fram in that video. I've got a better filter this time around. Get at me, Castrol. While the oil drains out, let's cut away real quick to a special offer from me and my friends at Super Clean. Hey everybody, I just wanted to let you know that I've teamed up with the good folks at Super Clean to send a couple of sample products your way so that you can be super clean too. The winner of the contest will receive a can of Super Clean's new Easy Spray aerosol degreaser as well as a bottle of all-wheel cleaner, both of which I've used right here in my home garage and I'm excited to give away. The entry period is the week following the day this video drops, and all you have to do to enter the contest is be subscribed to the channel, live in the continental United States, and get down in the comments with hashtag SuperClean, and we'll get these two fine products sent your way free of charge. Unfortunately, this time I could only do the lower 48, but who knows what we can do in the future. I'm excited to give away some products to you guys, so make sure you're subscribed, get down in the comments, and we'll see who wins a week from today. And lo and behold, while I was distracted doing the intro for that promo, I had a spill on my garage floor. I promise you this wasn't staged. I'm just an idiot. Come in here with a little bit of this. And there we go, like nothing happened. This video's turning into a Super Clean promo real fast. Alright, back to the task at hand. Any guesses on the size of the oil pan bolts? That's right, 10 millimeters. I'm gonna go ahead and break these loose all by hand, and then I'll come in here with a power tool. Some of these are like hand tight, and it's especially in the spots where it's leaking. I wonder if this has been done before. Check this out. Magnetic bowl. Alright, that's more tedious than I thought it would be. Never mind. The bolts are all free, but despite it being a leaky mess, it's still sealed to the bottom of the engine, so we're gonna need a tool to loosen the pan. You don't want to just take like a flathead screwdriver and jam it in there, because the bottom of the engine is aluminum. You don't want to mar up that mating surface, because it'll never seal if you do. You can use a spackling knife, or you can get a specific tool for oil pan separation that'll break that seal, or you can do what I did and make your own. These old dead shelves just keep coming in handy. So what I did was take a piece of that metal, I bent it around to form a handle and a surface where I could tap it with my mallet, and then I took my angle grinder and I sharpened it almost to a razor point so that I could get between the oil pan and the bottom of the engine. Just tap, 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 and away we go. I missed a bolt. How? How? I looked right at them all. Big dumb. Big dumb. Oh yes, she's coming loose. Ah yes, beautiful. There we go. Hashtag mechanic, but spelled wrong. Now let's take this bad boy, clean it out. I've got a plastic tub here. Let's get our foaming Super Clean on the case. Let that work its magic a little bit. You can hear it sudsing away in there. Let's get scraping. Carefully scrape along this surface, get all the old junk off. Careful not to cut yourself. Started off with a straight razor just to scrape everything off, and then I hit it at the end here, especially in these little crevices, with a light scouring pad, which worked out really well, and I think the results speak for themselves. Not brand new, but new enough. You can also use a copper bristled brush if you've got one. I didn't, so I improvised. Now we'll clamber underneath here and give the mating surface on the bottom of the block the same treatment, but obviously with more care, because aluminum. And there we go. Bottom of the engine proved a lot easier to freshen up the surface on. We're in the home stretch now. Before adding fresh sealant to the oil pan, we want to make sure that the threads on all our hardware, as well as the bottom of the block, are clear of debris. We then want to make sure that the mating surface on our oil pan and the bottom of the block are clean and free of contaminants, so just take some brake clean, wipe off the edge, and then we can add our sealant. The sealant I'll be using is Hondabond, made by Honda, of course. Comes highly recommended. I've never used it before, but other people in the 2 community have, and they advised me to use this stuff. So we're going to come over to our oil pan, lay a thin, even bead around, let it sit for 1 minute, pop it up, and reattach the hardware. I hope it's supposed to be this watery, because it's watery. Pro tip, don't have an oil leak. Pan's back in place. Hardware is screwed into the holes. Now we just have to sequentially tighten them down. Now I know someone's going to ask me what the torque spec is, because there's always somebody. And I don't know for sure, but what I can tell you is that it's real low. It's like in the inch-pounds low. So what you want to do is just tighten it by hand. Hand tight will be good enough. You don't have to kill it, just a light snug, because you don't want to snap one of these bolts off in there. So just one on one end, one on the other, crisscross applesauce, you know how it works. Gonna start on the end in the corner, go to the opposite end, and opposite corner, do one in the middle, and so forth and so on, until you've tightened them all down. This way, it lays the pan down nice and even. And remember, you don't have to kill them. After that, just go around, check them all, make sure they're all snug. And that's all there is to it. There it is, beautiful. Well, kind of messy, but sealed up nonetheless. Now we want to give this some time to cure before we put our oil back in. Give it about 1.5 to 2 hours to cure, and you should be good to go. And that's all there is to it, folks. Simple in theory, but time-consuming in practice, so you definitely want to leave yourself a few hours working time to get this job done. And in the coming days, check periodically to make sure you've got a good seal and no oil leaks, and you should be good to go. Like I said earlier in the video, this is something that does happen from time to time in the Mazda2 community. It either does happen or doesn't. It's not enough to be a problem. It's just a thing that happens. If you're experiencing that, I hope this video has helped you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I also wanted to say thank you to Super Clean for coming together with me on the giveaway. It's super cool, and I'm excited to be able to give away a prize to one of my subscribers. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I also wanted to say thank you to my Patreon subscribers for your continued support. You guys are the real ones, and I hope you have enjoyed this one. And to all of you, thank you all so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.